Like a panther. Yes. Yes. Yes.
What the hell was that?
I had to put that the panther, like a panther. I kind of like that, man. It's a
That's the
meme
best
everywhere.
episode.
Yep, meme central right there.
That's a meme central. And I think somebody said, "What do you think Tamara Morrison thinks about that?" And I'm like, man, he must be so happy. Like, who doesn't want to be part of a meme like that?
Right?
Just the expression, his face, and everything. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Between Collectors, episode 7, which is the lucky number. If you want to play the lotto, this is your chance. 7 is a lucky number. I don't care what people says. And as you can see, we have an amazing panel tonight, and we're probably going to have a couple more surprise guests. So that's what we're going to be doing now moving forward. We're not going to tell everyone who's going to be in the panel, but it could be somebody. Let me start with my friend Fabio from Fast Figures in the house. What's up, my friend?
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me. What's going on, everybody?
We are killing it here, man. And then we have my guest. This is the second time here on the channel, the Jedi Knights Graham.
Good evening, everybody. And Dante, thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to hanging out with this awesome panel and then you guys out there as well. So let's get her going.
My pleasure, my friend. And last but definitely not least, my friend Anthony from the Mafia, Six Kill Mafia in the house.
Yay. Thanks for having me again, bud. It's good to be here. Almost 90%, man. So I'm good. I'm not gonna pass out or anything.
90% is closer to 100, so hopefully you're feeling much better, my friend.
Hell yeah,
And
man.
of course, this is how we start Between Collectors. Panther. I kind of like that shit. Anyway, I want to say hi to the people on the chat. As always, we have Jay, Mara, we have TK592, Medic G, we have the Jedi Knights Watch,
Yeah,
Anthony, Collectibles Gaming, Danielle SC, Brian McManus, Jay, we have More Worship, we have Hug, we have who else? Oh, to Catherine in the house, Primetime Reviews, Zeno, Martin K, Beskar Kid as always, Paul Morales, Hector V, Whistles Figures.
Wait, did you say there's
Anthony.
somebody? Did you say there's somebody named Hug here?
Hug? Yeah,
What'd you say?
You.
hug them.
Oh,
Hugh.
Hugh.
Sorry.
This guy- Hug. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about?
Rith, Randolph, Brian, McManus, and everyone here. Thank you guys for staying with us tonight. Yes, we have an awesome show. You know what's happening. I called it. I always call these things. Always. I told you guys. The Green Goblin was released. The Green Goblin was announced yesterday. And Fabio was the one who called it. Of course, I just kind of like need to troll this guy live or on chat. You know how that is. But yeah, man, we got Green Goblin. What are your first impressions, guys?
Well,
awesome.
as soon as I saw it, I was like, there's not much different from the Toys Era one at all. I mean, unless until I see it in hand, that's what I see. Nothing crazy. I'm more excited for the head sculpt than anything else because I already have the Toys Era one, so I just want to see what the face looks like in hand.
Anthony?
Well, I was expecting a little bit more there. So I'll try to keep it short on it too, man. I'm not really thrilled. I agree with Fabio. It's it's whatever, dude. It's kind of like the Toys Era one. Obviously, it's a little bit different. The sculpt is really the only interesting thing about it, and maybe the glider, just to see how the structural integrity of it is. And it's got shiny lights, so I like lights. I like anything that lights up or.
The glider is 100% completely different than the Toys R Us one. It actually, you can see it folding and everything. It actually moves in dynamic ways as well.
Yeah, see,
so
that's
it's really cool.
That's cool, man. But I don't know because I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for it. But I didn't really care for the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Like, they were cool when they came out, and I know for people who are maybe a little bit younger that grew up with it in that respect. So there's that nostalgia there for it. But for me, it's like, I'm hoping that's not the only one, right? I think we're going to get another hobo version, you know, the Goblin, which is what I want, like with the hood and kind of tattered up and stuff. And that would be great. So for me, I'm like, I don't know. It's okay. I'm probably not going to get it, to be honest with you, dude.
Graham?
It's funny because everybody was like, we need a Green Goblin. We need a Green Goblin. And then they unveil it and everybody's like, oh, I wanted Mythos or I wanted the hobo Green Goblin. Come on. And it's just funny how, you know, we're always just so fickle. But I mean, you guys are right. It looks a lot like the Toys Era one, but I think that's just because Toys Era did such a fantastic job with it. I think the improvements are going to be more internal. You know, obviously you're going to have a better body. It's going to hold up a lot better. Overall, I think it looks really good. I mean, I think it looks really screen accurate for the most part. Couple issues I have with it, but I mean, overall, I'm really happy for all the Spider-Man fans out there.
So I'm gonna stay with you, Graham, on this one. So we're gonna dissect this figure a little bit more, right? Yes, a lot of people comparing the Toys Era with this one, of course, because now we have something to compare with, right? Before we had nothing. So I think now that Hot Toys start doing this type of figures, they're gonna encounter this type of problems. We have other companies like Soso Toys, Toys Era, yes, unlicensed, yes, third party, but they're doing a good job. So it's really, you know, not bad to say that they are really good, and they did a fantastic job with the Green Goblin, right? I do see some similarities, but also differences. I mean, one of them obviously is the license. Having a license helps a lot, especially with certain pieces on the suit. The glider has been improved with the lighting. Even we're gonna have a head sculpt, which we're gonna go over later. But I mean, the glider looks nice. The suit, these yellow pieces here on the side, on the legs, and on the arms is definitely different from the Toys Era. I just have my thoughts about the suit. What do you think the suit is going to be? Do you think it's going to be similar, different?
It's tough to see from the photos because like the light, I don't know if it's the lighting they're using, but it almost gives you like a totally wrong impression. Like the glider looks purple and yellow. His suit almost looks like a metallic color, but I'm sure it's just the lighting they use. So like here, obviously, is what it's going to look like. But the suit fabric from the photos to me looks really thick, almost like I always come back to like Thor's pants. Like it looks like they're getting it into some good poses here, but I'm just wondering how hard it's going to be to do that, and then can you keep him in those poses long term? Or is it really going to deteriorate the suit? So those are, I guess, some of the concerns I have about it. The base itself, to me, seems stupid unless they somehow weighted the base. I mean, you have this huge glider, and you know you want him like angling and everything, and you got the little like hexagon or octagon base. Like, I hate the big triangular ones, but this is the instance where you should use it. So that's kind of confusing to me. But again, like the batteries, I hate using batteries. Like if it's AAA's, you know, I'll wire it up and I'll use it that way. But I don't like messing with batteries. So, you know, I'm just wondering, how easy is it going to be to turn it on, to install batteries? How good is that light going to be? Is it actually going to be bright? Is it just going to look black if they're not on? Because most people keep their stuff without the lights on. So those are just some of the questions that I have with it.
Right. But I mean, no doubt that this is a really good improvement compared to the Toys Era.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that was bad. Anthony, do you have the Toys Era Green Goblin?
No, only because, you know, like I said, I don't really have an attachment to this figure. I have seen it. It is a good figure. And I think that's something that it's worth noting because, I mean, he was like $160, I think, when he came out. And the fact that they just reissued him again, you know, kind of removes that secondary market price. So, I mean, you could pick him up for like $160. Yeah, he's unlicensed. Yeah, he doesn't come with a head sculpt. But this one's clocking in at $375, dude. And I think that's a little too expensive, personally. Especially without the glider, he's $275. So you're paying $100 for this thing. And, you know, I don't know. And as you mentioned, like with the display stand, it's going to be kind of a bitch to balance him. You know, he's going to be top heavy. I mean, I'm not saying he's horrible at all by any means. I think he's an excellent figure for people who want to get him. But I think the price is a little too high for him, especially when you can get an alternative for half of that if you really wanted that particular version. Granted, unlicensed, of course, and without a sculpt, but I don't know. It's a tough call on this one, man.
Fabio?
I don't know. When it comes to the price, though, that is very pricey for that. $375. I mean, I'm comparing it to the Toys R Us one, and the glider alone compared to the Hot Toys, just the base, there's no issues with the Toys R Us balancing itself at all, And how you hook it up is same exact way. So you have the base at the bottom, you got the glider, you can adjust it with it's got a regular bendable post, and you put the figure on top of it. That figure is not going anywhere, which is great. It doesn't look like it would work for the Hot Toys ones, though. I don't know why it doesn't look like it would be sturdy, but it looks like it's going to be fine. I don't know.
Well, the fact that we can have a head sculpt, that's a plus. Now,
well, that was my next thing. So you're getting still, if you're not getting the glider, that's still $275 or $250, $275, whatever it is. That's a lot of money for what is it? A fucking plain figure with a head?
Appears to be single jointed.
Yeah, no, that's way too much. Way too much.
So,
and you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna, like you guys said, we're gonna get the battle damage again with another glider, and there's gonna be another, and like they usually do. I feel like they're waiting for people to order enough of these to then let you guys have the other one.
right. Mm-hmm. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Will C. He sent me actually this. You guys saw on the screen that he sent me a picture. So this is the picture that he sent me, which is the Hot Toys versus the Toys R Us Green Goblin, right? Right at the back, you can see some differences in the helmet. I mean, the Toys R Us looks a bit longer, right? I guess it could be the angle as well. The suit looks different. There's a lot of differences by
They
looking
both
at
look
this.
great. They look great, though. They both look so good.
They look really, really good. I mean,
Yep.
I was looking at some pictures, guys, and I saw the Green Goblin has some yellow stitches on the sides, on the arms, same on the legs, something that the Toys R Us doesn't have. Now, it seems to me, by looking at this, obviously the Toys R Us is a bit rubbery material. If you guys have one, you know what I mean. The Hot Toys seems to be a hybrid between some, I guess, fabric and rubbery material. Like, I'm going to show you all the pictures later, but by the legs, you can see there is like a material type of thing, fabric, right? But Graham, what were your thoughts by looking at this? I mean, do you have the Toys R Us Green Goblin or?
No, I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but I did compare different pictures myself last night as well. But this one, I actually see a lot more differences than I did in that one. Like, I thought maybe the Fiend had a longer dome, if you will, but this one really kind of looks like it does. The color even looks a little darker on the Hot Toys one, which I would assume that Hot Toys would just kind of nail that a little bit closer than what a third-party company would. So I'd have to look at it a little bit closer, but do we think any of these plates, these armor plates, are glued on, or do you think they're all sculpted in?
That's a good question. For example, for the Toys R Us, the knees, right? Let me just put this way. Maybe it's much better. So the knees, on the Toys R Us one, those actually are glued. So if you do some dynamic poses, actually one of them just popped off, so I have to put it back and glue it together, which is no big deal. But if you see the Hot Toys one is different, right? It seems to be that it's attached to it, and again, credit where it's due. Hot Toys normally, have a better quality in terms of outfit and tailoring, right? It's much better quality. Both look amazing, but I kind of see the Hot Toys looks much better though, based on this,
I agree.
100%.
right? What do you think, Fabio?
100%. No, Hot Toys will always be better. Period. There's no doubt about that. No matter what they do, they'll always be better than any other company. That's just the way it is. But doesn't mean that there are companies that aren't neck and neck with them as well. You know what I mean? For example, Toys Era came out of nowhere, and look at where they are right now. You know what I mean? Like you could easily show this picture to somebody and ask them which one somebody who doesn't really know, they won't be able to tell you which was Hot Toys and which was not. That's how good they look. You know what I mean? You just won't be able to. But we expect Hot Toys to do what they're used to doing, which is bring us fucking fire.
Yeah, that's true. Anthony, what are your thoughts about this small comparison here?
Well, I mean, I agree with they're both great looking figures, and for the layman eye, yeah, I agree with Fabio. No one's gonna know the difference. We all know the difference because this is the game we're in, but that's just a testament to how good the third party one is. From outside eyes, people are like, "Oh, that's the Goblin from Spider-Man." You know what I mean? Like without a doubt, that's who he is right there. They're much different. Okay, just if you desaturated this and this is like a black and white image, you know what I mean, then you would be able to tell that they're two very distinctly different outfits. I don't know though, man, because there's some things with Hot Toys where you get these really thick suits, and then it's just a pain in the ass to pose them, and then you start kind of bending that material and you start getting creases. I don't know how this is gonna be, and again, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, man, but I'm pretty sure he's single jointed too. So, I don't think there's going to be a lot of hardcore poses there, because
which one? The Hot Toys one, or?
Yeah, the Hot Toys one. I'm pretty sure it's single jointed. I mean, look at every image we've seen. There's no double jointed poses in any of these images.
Let me see if I can find a better.
Again, I could be wrong. That's just my observation by looking at all these shots.
No, it's a valid point. It's a valid point. We need to kind of see the whole picture, right? Let me see if I can show you this. Okay, so this is. Because normally these are the poses, but okay. So this is what I was telling you guys about. You see the middle of the legs, right? This I don't know if you guys can see my mouse pointing, but this is the fabric that I was telling you,
almost,
right?
Yeah.
And then you have the plastic pieces, bitten pieces here glued together. Again, this is a prototype. Usually prototypes are just prototypes, so there's always room for improvement. But I'm very happy with this, man. I'm honestly very, very happy with the result. It looks sick. This pose looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really
I think
good.
the big question though is if you already have the Toys Era Fiend, is it worth it to move up and get this one?
Hell yeah, it is, because you need
think
that
so?
head. Absolutely, you need that head.
What if he looks like Ant-Man?
No.
I mean, you never know.
There's absolutely no way that is happening. Never again. They learned their lesson with Tony Stank. They learned their lesson with Ant-Man. They're not giving us a third time. Absolutely not.
No.
People
No
were
way.
complaining that they were going to get a blurry head sculpt. I tell you.
Oh, I'm telling you, actually, there was a reveal that I put on the Facebook group.
All right, enough.
I saw that. That was great.
But anyway, you can see
People. You notice the comments? People take a joke and they ruin it. That's why you gotta be careful with that stuff, because we do it as a joke, but then people take it too far, and then it's then you ruin it. That's it. You ruin the whole joke.
Yeah.
I think he looks good, man. I'm not trying to shit on the figure per se. It's just I'm looking at it as a consumer as well. That for $375 plus tax and shipping, you're looking at over $400 for a character that could be potentially hard to pose because of the thickness of the suit and being single jointed. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind when you make your purchases.
Just wait till it's released and then get it from Toys Wonderland for $1.99.
I think if you're getting this one too, you gotta go with the glider. As expensive as it is, I can't picture having a Green Goblin in my display without that glider. So it'll be interesting to see how many people buy it without, just to save some money. I also think that's kind of the name of the game we're in now, just with all the inflation, with COVID, all these prices are just skyrocketing. Like, unfortunately, this is kind of the new norm. Like,
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. You have to get the glider. What do you do? Green Goblin on foot? What the hell?
Right?
I know, right? And actually, you brought a good point, because the question is now, could we get another version of the Green Goblin? Because remember, this is the version of him showing up at the beginning of the movie, right? I'm assuming everyone watched the movie by now. It's been like what, 5 years already, but I'm assuming everyone have seen the movie. Hopefully,
No
like,
spoilers,
this is
please.
yeah, no spoilers. So as you can see, there's a Green Goblin in the movie. So this is the suit that was shown at the beginning when he was introduced again, right? But then, when the movie progresses, he has a different outfit. He has a hybrid with a hoodie and kind of creepy look. I have a feeling we're gonna have another version. But Fabio, you are the one who called it this originally, so kudos to you. What do you think? Are we gonna get another version of this guy or not?
It would be dumb if Hot Toys did not give us a battle damage one. It would be very dumb. And again, you already know that they made plenty of the gliders, so it's just a no-brainer to put another glider with the second one. So I'm 1,000% sure that we're getting that battle damage 100%.
So battle damage version, right? With a battle damage glider too.
I don't know. I don't remember if the glider was damaged in the movie, but I doubt it's gonna be. It's gonna matter if it was. I think they'll just give you a regular one anyway. I don't think they're gonna go out of their way to give you a battle damage glider. But we're definitely getting that battle damage Green Goblin 1,000%, because again, going back to what Hot Toys has been doing, specifically Boba Fett. Look what they're doing. The Mandalorian as well. So we would be retarded not to expect that from them again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But do you know what they did in the Book of Boba Fett?
Like a panther. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't get over that. That's so funny as hell. Like a bantha. Just the face is just so funny.
he looks like a creepy uncle.
I know, right? Anthony, what are your thoughts? Do you think we're gonna get another version of him? Perhaps.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can put it on the screen so you guys can see. Perhaps this guy here.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Fabio nailed it. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't. It's extra money in their pocket. And whether or not they give us an altered head sculpt, I mean, I think that would be appreciated. Maybe a different, just a different one. We can't really tell what this first one is, but you know what I mean? Just something a little different. That would be really cool. They could even, I don't think they will, but they could even just release this guy without the glider, dude. Make
You know what?
buy both.
that's what I think they would do.
Yes, and that's a perfect point that you touched, because the only way I think a lot of people will say, okay, should I pay almost $400 for this one with the glider, right? Or should I wait to this version here without the glider? You can post this one without it and it will look good. Of course, with the glider will be much, much better. But Graham, can you see this?
Oh yeah,
happening?
This is happening. I mean, this is Spider-Man. This is one of their cash cows. They're gonna make all these figures. We'll talk about probably Doc Ock here in a little bit, but the Mythos Goblin will be coming, but it's gonna be a little bit because they just announced Green Goblin. So what they're gonna do is let you all pre-order that one, and then put your deposits down, maybe pay it off, and then they'll announce this one. I think they wouldn't include a glider because they still want you to buy this Green Goblin, but that's just my thoughts, that they're going to try to get you on both.
And also another thing that you just said, and I'm just going to piggyback on it. So you see that they hide the head sculpt, right? They put some blur in it, right? I think that what they're going to do is they're going to have another hair sculpt. It's going to be more like a angry or serious, like this one, with the look, with the hoodie, with probably another glider, maybe with some battle damage, maybe with something. They're gonna add something, right? So that's gonna be another thing because you're gonna have two different versions, 100% two different versions, two different head sculpts. So they're gonna definitely expand on this. I don't think they're just gonna sit down and watch. I think they're gonna basically do it. I mean, look what they did with the Mandalorian. They did so many figures. Do you think they're gonna do the same for this one?
Look at the blurg. They're adding the blurg to everything now too. You know what I mean? So they could give you a glider as well for this one.
Very easily. And this could be a DX. Could be because now we have a deluxe version, right? This one actually could be a DX, like a DX, you know what I mean? And I can see that maybe with a broken helmet, that will be sick, you know? I mean, look at how, you know, if they're gonna base off this one, right? Or maybe, you know, improve some parts of it, but still looks sick. Maybe they can give us lighter features on the little bombs. You know, I don't know. They just can do so much.
That would be a good idea. A little light up feature there.
Right?
On the
Can you
bombs,
imagine?
yeah, that'd be cool.
Somebody says Toy Fair exclusive. TK592 says a Toy Fair exclusive with 2 head sculpts and no glider. That could also be a possibility. You know, I can see that happening too. With 2 head sculpts and no glider, because I mean, technically they're adding something else, right? Which is another head sculpt, so you have more options. Now people will buy doubles because they want to display with 2 different head sculpts. That's another thing. Now, if they do go with that version, the one that I just showed you guys, do you think, because sometimes Hot Toys is pretty smart, like how they do things. Sometimes they do something that you cannot use with another figure, but it can complement each other. Like for example, some of the head sculpts are one piece, right, with the neck included. Some of them is just the head, but not the neck. So they can definitely do that with this version. They can do something that you cannot use for the other one, so you're forced to buy both. You know what I mean? They can do that. You know,
Well, they always do that.
that was a 2-pack. Graham?
You know?
2-pack Spider-Man. Get both Spider-Man in a 2-pack. Garfield and Maguire.
Mm.
You never know. Perhaps. I didn't think so.
No, because think about it. They're iconic figures on their own. There's no reason for Hot Toys to ever give you not one, but 2 Spider-Man, 2 classic Spider-Man, no less. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't think so. I mean, it would be great. I would buy it in a heartbeat, but I don't think so.
That would be great, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That'd be awesome.
Take my money, man. We have 90 people watching. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to all my friends' channels here. Everything is in the description below. We're expecting probably 1 or 2 more guests coming anytime, so stay tuned for that.
Plus, think about this. How would you do a double pack? Would it be 2 head sculpts like this, and then like how would you even go about that?
There's 2 ways that they can do this. One, they can sell the figure as it is with the head sculpt, right? And they can do like a clean version, right? A 2-pack clean version with no head sculpt, and then one-off battle damage with the head sculpt. Maybe they can do that. I don't know how possible is that. Maybe not, but that's the only way I can see that.
Anything with Hot Toys is possible. That's the thing. It's just they can do whatever the hell they want at any point. It's just doesn't make sense to them. You know what I mean? Anything they sell, we buy. Period. We just do.
Right.
You know? So it's just they have to figure out on their end, is this going to be a good move for us to make? I think that's the only question they ask themselves.
True. Look at Medic G says Batman and Superman are iconic by themselves, and we're still getting a 2-pack. You never know. That's a good point too. We got Superman and Batman together, right?
Yeah, but that's a different world. Now you're comparing. You know what I mean? Like Batman, that double pack, you know, is not. It's not the same as this. Nowhere near close.
You think so?
100%. It's nowhere near.
Yeah, they're 2 different characters.
Well, but not even that. Like just a Superman and a Batman 2-pack is more iconic than 2 Spider-Man figures any day. Period. It just is. You know what I mean? Even if you go back to comic books, just in general, you'll see a Superman and a Batman in a comic book way before you see 2 Spider-Man. To get 2 Spider-Man, characters together in. So I just feel like I personally don't think it's going to happen.
And even if they did, it'd be like a Han and Chewie situation, you know, where like Han was sold separately, Chewie was sold separately, and then they have a 2-pack with maybe 1 or 2 exclusive accessories. They could go that route if they wanted, if they really wanted to do a 2, but I don't think they would do a 2-pack by itself. They'd still have to keep them separate because some people just may like Toby, some people may just like Andrew, and then you never want to limit it. So it's always want to, if you're gonna do it, you want to do, and that's why they usually do that. They always have individual, and then they have the 2-pack. You know what I mean? So they can maximize.
Unless it's DC, and then they crap on it. You don't get the singles; you just get the 2-pack.
That's true.
Well, that was unique though too. I think because that was a Toy Fair exclusive Batman, and that's gonna piss a lot of people off if they just straight reissued it.
Right.
So bundling it with a black suit, they kind of didn't get away. You know,
It works perfectly if, like, for me, because I didn't get the Nightmare Batman, and then I'm gonna have both.
That double pack.
Perfectly.
That double pack is an epic double pack. That it's not, nowhere near a Spider-Man double pack. Not at all.
And think about this, right? People who miss out for people who already have the Nightmare Batman, they're gonna buy the 2-pack just so they can get the black suit Superman, and then they're gonna sell that one probably a bit cheaper. So that could be an opportunity for people to buy it. You know,
I'm getting the 2-pack. I already have the Nightmare, but I'm probably just gonna keep 2 Nightmare Batmans because he's just too epic.
You could display them at least 3 different ways. So there's no reason to get rid of it.
But I'm sure I know a lot of people for sure are going to sell that Nightmare Batman or even that black suit Superman because they missed out on the Nightmare Batman. But not to get off topic here, but that Nightmare Batman, his price has really come down over the since that was announced. Like he can be had for, I think in the $400 range when he was going for seven.
I sold 3 of them for $700 each.
Oh, damn!
I've seen them go as high as 9. And that's what Hot Toys does. They annihilate the aftermarket price when they see that.
They want it.
Yeah.
That's why we just got a reissue of War Machine Mark 1.
Yep.
Same thing. He was going $800, $900. 7, 8, 9, and Hot Toys is like, okay, that's being sold.
Yeah.
They see the sold. They're not stupid. They watch things and they're like, okay, well, why are we letting, Joe Schmo down there collect $800? There's still a demand for this.
Right. Joe Schmo, aka Fabio.
Whoever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, in general, they know.
But also think about this. The Mark 47, the one from the Spider-Man movie, that figure was selling for like $1,000. Literally, like they reissue it. I just kind of feel sorry for the people who bought that figure within that week and paid that much money.
Right.
I swear to God, I felt the pain. I was like, can you imagine? Like you just bought the figure and there's no returns, no cancellations. You pay like $900. Same night, boom. Oh, look at that reissue. Man, I would just freaking kill
myself.
Never
pay that much for a figure, man.
Yeah.
No, but you have no idea. But you have no idea. A lot of collectors want to have the whole thing. Like
it doesn't matter what the price
it doesn't
is.
matter.
Gotta have it.
Obviously, if they can afford it, they're gonna go for it, right? I would not pay that much money, even if I can afford it. But that's just me. That doesn't mean that everyone is the same. So just imagine those people who were in that position, or even like Graham said, with the 2-pack, with the Nightmare Batman and the black suit Superman, like when you were trying to look for that figure and you were about to buy it, or you probably bought it for like $600 or whatever, and then it was announced with the black suit Superman. I mean, come on, that's a perfect. With that money that you just paid for one figure, you got 2.
Right.
And save some money extra so you can go to the garden. So I mean, I guess this is a perfect conversation, and I think we can evolve to this. Is the collecting hobby changing? Is it changing? Like, I do see a lot of new collectors coming. I see a lot of people coming, and man, I feel like a lot of things are changing now. Like for example. Before, we were talking about this backstage. Before, when you had, let's say, extra figures and you want to sell it, it was much easier to sell, right? Now it's getting harder to sell, right? You see a lot of things happening with shipping, with prices, with sellers, resellers. I'm gonna go with Anthony on this one. Is the collecting hobby changing?
Yes, 100% yes. And the whole show could be this topic, bro. I mean, it's absolutely changing. Whether or not you're getting new collectors coming in every day, right? You're getting new content creators showing up every day, whether that's on YouTube or budding, photographers, Instagram. Hot Toys is gaining a lot more attention as time goes on, and I think and let's just be real here, okay? So prior to COVID, okay, Hot Toys collecting was very niche, it's very esoteric, and to a degree it still is. But I think once COVID hit and once people were kind of sitting around bored, watching stuff on YouTube, finding common interests, and getting a ton of stimulus packages, unemployment bonuses, there was this huge surge, bro. We saw this huge surge in sales, and then in views for, content creators. You know what I'm saying? It blew up. And then I think a lot of people get super excited and want to get involved, start buying a bunch of stuff. Maybe sometimes they don't realize how much they're spending. Then they try to sell it. Like I see a lot of people, like we talked about, they get into some kind of hype. They buy a figure and they have it up for sale like a week later. You know what I mean? And now I see it all the time. And I don't know who's to blame on that necessarily, or even if there is a blame, but with more people in anything in life comes more problems. I mean, realistically, there's a lot, things get oversaturated. Now you had third-party companies noticing the sales as well, and they've been around for a while too. But I mean, look at like somebody like So Toys, who has like completely stepped up their game. That would not have been possible without this surge of new Hot Toys or 6-scale collectors, right? Sure, So would have probably got there, but maybe in a few years from now. But because there's this giant surplus of collectors now, that stimulates business, and innovation. Mm-hmm. And, there's a huge competition going on, whether they want to admit it or not, with Hot Toys, that they have to watch out for a lot of these third-party companies because they're really stepping up their game now.
They're good. They're pretty good. They're doing really a really good job. And
yeah.
And if I were Hot Toys, I would be looking closer. And I think pretty much they're looking very close to those companies. But yeah, man, it's a lot of things happening.
It is, and it's a lot too with Star Wars as well. I mean, Marvel kind of tapered off a little bit with the end of Endgame and stuff, and we still are getting Marvel stuff. But you see what I'm saying? There's this. We had this huge 25 Marvel movies already, and now we have Star Wars kind of back, right? There was that dead moment sort of, with the sequel trilogy, and again, I always say it, Star Wars is never dead, but it does have its ups and downs, but people always come back to it. And when Star Wars is back, it's like back, you know what I mean? And not just in 6-scale form, just as Star Wars in general, the hype comes back. So people are really eating everything up right now. It's crazy. It's definitely changed.
And what thing is not changing is that we have 110 people watching, guys, and we are only 61 likes. Come on, let's make those likes to 100 if we can, please. Please subscribe to all my friends' channels, because this is what we do between collectors. We talk about topics that matters to us, the collectors. Graham, what are your thoughts about this? Is the collecting hobby changing? Jamie Tan said the collecting hobby is changing because it's expanding. It's not just Hot Toys and Sideshow anymore. Do you concur?
I concur. However, I am the rookie in the bunch here, so I would more than likely defer to Anthony and Fobs on this one, just because Anthony described me. I thought he was talking about me, other than just getting a figure and selling it right away. I started collecting in April of 2020. I was working from home. I had nothing to do, wasn't paying for daycare. I had nothing to do. So I started getting into Hot Toys and I started collecting. And yeah, sometimes you do kind of black out and you just buy too much. And then you're like, oh God, now I kind of got to sell something here. So then you do maybe wind up selling it. But I think a lot of people had that experience because of COVID. I think Hot Toys community is growing. And I think that affects it as well. Plus, like you guys said, there's more out there to choose from now. It's not just Hot Toys. I don't know if it's maybe, I'm not too familiar with the statue world, but like when you go into statues, you can pick and choose whatever company you want because it's all great quality. And it seems like, you know, Hot Toys is definitely on the throne still, but there's other companies now starting to make better and better figures as well. So you kind of have more to choose from. But I think that, as well as the fact that there's a lot more collectors out there these days, it's growing.
That's actually true. And Fabio, you've been collecting for quite some time. So you one of the most experienced collectors I know. I mean, you've seen changes. I mean, just picture how you started and how it is now. The amount of companies that came into the game, and with the really good quality, and some of them not that great, some of them really bad. You know, we can always talk about those, but. Soso Toys, good example. Toys Era, another good example. Young Rich Toys, few figures here and there, good example probably. Hot Toys, obviously, still on the top. Sideshow, second, right? How much is the collecting world changing? How much is this hobby changing?
Well, compared to when I started, we are at the top of the best of everything right now. Like, this is the best time for collecting. When it comes to, you know, product, when it comes to head sculpt, when it comes to the artistry that we're getting, when it comes to, you know, materials, right now at this moment, we're at the height of collecting, you know, when it comes to everything, competition, characters, everything. Back then, you know, going 09, 2010, 2008, you had Hot Toys and you had Enterbay, which were right here. You know, they were like their competition to each other. It was Hot Toys came out with something, boom, Enterbay came out with something, and you know, it was never the same product, but it was always something that would make you go, oh, let me go here too. You know what I mean? So you were buying from both. Again, both of the greatest companies at the time as well. I don't know what happened to Enterbay. They started making basketball all of a sudden, which is fine for them because they, you know, with the Michael Jordan line that they have, forget it. They're making their money big time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those Enterbay basketball figures are,
They look good.
They're
They
a must. They're a must.
Yeah, but they were doing some dope shit too. They were doing like fucking Jet
they were doing
Li and like Wong Fu Hong and like.
Correct. I was gonna say they were doing like the whole like Asian actors and stuff that were
Loved it.
Beautiful, you know, beautiful figures, beautiful art. But you know, everything's changing. Like you guys mentioned, Soso Toys. Soso Toys is right here, you know, on Hot Toys, and they just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So this is what we're dealing, and there are more companies coming out, just like that. You know, it's all beneficial to us because more competition for Hot Toys makes them wake up, and we get more figures to collect. So we win.
We win.
Yeah,
more
we
options.
as consumers win.
Right. More
Hands
options. But in that terrain of winning or losing, right, there is always someone who doesn't benefit from it, right? For example, you know, to address this question of collecting changing, the hobby changing, it is changing. We have now more options. We have, at the same time, we have more options to choose a figure from, but also where to buy from. And that probably is going to differ me to the other topic that I want to talk about is how much is the market changing with Hong Kong resellers selling figures super cheap? Is it really worth it? Yes, we're going to say, of course, you know, it's good for me. You know, I get it cheaper. I can get 4, 3, whatever. And it's good because at the end of the day, we buy. You always look for the savings. That's a no-brainer. I mean, whoever said, "Oh no, I want to pay $5,000 for this because you know I don't want to pay 500," you know, obviously not. No, none of us, right? But there is a catch in all this, right? Like, for example, let's say I buy a figure for currently is retail at $400, for example, right? Then this XYZ company sells it for $150. Of course, you're gonna go buy the one for $150. However, the problem is if you're buying overseas, right? You have a chance of having that figure that is $150 being either damaged or something, maybe lost in mail, and then you need to kind of like fight to get your money back, try to get it, and it takes sometimes weeks. It took me a month to get my money back from one of the sorts, one of the sellers that I bought from overseas. A month, that's not fair to me. Waiting after disputing, after doing everything possible to get. Yes, it got solved, but it got solved because I have to open a PayPal claim. Other than that, it wouldn't be probably
time,
dragging and dragging and dragging. They saw the PayPal claim and say, "Oh shit, let's fix this," and they fix it, right? Just to be fair, they did fix it after a month. After I have to open another claim, that's not fair to me. It's my money, So by them selling something cheaper to you and you buying it, absolutely fine. You can buy from whoever you want. Nobody's questioning that. There's always a risk of something happening. Now, if something happens, how will you address that? Yes, you're probably going to trash the company everywhere. Yes, I know you're going to probably open a PayPal claim. It's going to take longer time. What happens if it's damaged? What happens if they don't have it in stock? And it's the figure that you want. It's sold out everywhere, but that's the only figure they have is damaged. If you buy from a local or from a authorized seller and you have a damage in the figure, you can go to the person and say, hey, listen, this thing came broken. Can you fix it? Oh, I'll send you a replacement, an arm or whatever. So you guarantee that you're gonna get that, right? Unless, and it can happen. It hasn't happened to me. That figure is sold out everywhere, and there's no way you can get anything, which is really hardly unlikely to happen if you buy from a local or from an authorized seller, right? So, how much is this changing now for you guys? If I want to sell a figure now, and the same figure that is currently now is 400, but somebody's selling for 200. And I want to sell a figure now, I'm going to be stuck with that figure because, everything is changing. The market is changing. So I'm going to go with Anthony on this one. Like, what is your perspective on this one? Is it worth it? Is it worth the risk? Doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, we're saving money. What are your thoughts on this?
It depends, man. It depends on where you're going. I think everything you said is all valid points and concerns. If you want my opinion, I would recommend buying from U.S. distributors, whether that be Sideshow or your local comic book store, because as you mentioned, they're backed. They're officially licensed distributors. I've never had a problem with Sideshow, personally. Never mind, whatever you want to say about their business. However they run their business is literally their business. But when I buy figures from them, and if there's a problem, they've always fixed it. I do purchase figures overseas from time to time. Just the nature of the business, sometimes you want something early. You do pay that premium price, more oftentimes than not. But I will say, it's all about
even the
a
premium
rapport.
price, sorry to interrupt, even the premium price is not as crazy as it used to be before.
No, it's
Like,
not, because it
right?
has been changing.
Exactly. Before you used to buy, let's put example of the Boba Fett 2-pack. Before, let's say this is like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, you probably would have paid $750 right off the bat.
Yeah.
And people will definitely pay for it. But now it's pretty much close to retail as well.
It's close to retail. But
It's a
the
bit
thing
more.
is you have, look, I'm just going to say it, man. If you can find somebody overseas that you can build a rapport with and a level of trust, they can work with you in times. But ultimately, the big one out there, the Toys Wonderland, they don't care, bro. I don't know how many horror stories I get from people, myself included, where they've screwed up my order, and they don't care. They're just sorry. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? And if you do try to get a hold of them, it takes like 3 days, if that, and then or they're like, hey, ship this back, and I'm like, I'm not paying shipping back to Hong Kong for you for your mistake. Like, there's that kind of level that you got to be aware of when dealing with that overseas. And now, as some may or may not know, they removed the PayPal option. So, and even though using, doing a chargeback on your PayPal is still kind of a pain in the ass, it's a lot easier than doing a chargeback on one of your credit cards. You know what I'm saying? PayPal has this kind of just instant dispute type situation where you know what I mean? So they've they've removed that option now as well to make it even more difficult. I'm just saying, I am not a fan of them for many, many, many reasons, and it's not really them as a business because it's just a dude running it. So versus your local comic book store who's a licensed distributor, or Sideshow is distributed through their licensed officially, they'll hook you up. I broke my War Machine opened out of the box, the arm was jacked, I don't know what the hell, Sideshow replaced it, no questions asked. I've had.
Go ahead, Fabio.
No, I was gonna say that's the thing. People don't understand that this is not a company. These are people just reselling figures.
Yeah.
So this is all it is, and they're making more mistakes, and they're not as well. All you hear is people getting the figures that they didn't even order. You know what I mean? They're getting multiple.
Flash. They sent me a Mark 85. I swear to God, I recorded it live on Instagram. I was like, "What the hell is this box?"
So this is what people are dealing with. The people are dealing with. Let me try to save some money, but then when they get stuck with something they didn't even order, then they got to deal with the problem of sending it back and spending money and this and. It's nothing but a nightmare. But again, people think, oh, I'm saving money. If anybody really pays attention to that company, that name, really focus on what their goal is. Really pay attention where all this, because it's all negative. At the end of the day, it's all negative. It's all negative what they're doing to the market. So pay attention to the root of this, where it's coming from, and what their end game is. And you'll figure out why it's not good to buy from them.
Graham?
You're correct.
Well, I've yet to buy from Toys Wonderland. I've only purchased figures twice from overseas just because I couldn't wait. Probably I do take that chance once in a while. I did on my Wonder Woman Golden Armor. I actually just reviewed her, and I found that I had an issue on the back of her armor plate. It detached already, and if that happens and you buy from an overseas seller, you might be screwed, because the hassle to try and return it and try to get your money back or an exchange, it's very unlikely. But
is it fair to you though, like that you pay that much money? Do you deserve to have a figure that is broken or damaged and you have no option but just keeping it? It's not fair, right?
No, it's not fair. But I mean, that's like Anthony said, that's the risk you take.
There's definitely risks. I mean, you can win, but there's times you don't win, and there's no one to help you.
Well, like Fabio said, I mean, they're resellers. They just buy this and then they're just selling it. It's not like Sideshow where they're going to be totally guarantee your satisfaction type of thing.
No, it's just like I bought a figure from you, except you don't give a shit about me.
Yeah. Well, you bought it,
That's the summed up version of it right there.
Yeah, but people who's giving a shit is watching. 120 people watching right now, so please hit the like button and subscribe to all my friends' channels here, because we're having a really nice conversation here in regards to this, and this is a topic that we always like to touch because it is important to share this information to people so they are aware. At the end of the day, we're not telling you where to buy from. We're not telling you who you can buy from whoever you want. You can do wherever you want. We're just telling you our perspective, how we think, the experiences that we gathered throughout the years, and just share it with you guys. That's pretty much all what we're doing. We're not here to tell you where to buy from, because that's not our business. We just share our experiences, because all of us here have bad experiences, and that's a fact.
To be honest, I mean, I feel more comfortable buying on eBay than I do overseas. And sometimes eBay, I understand you have overseas sellers, but if you know what you're looking for, it's easy. If it's a used figure, you get pictures, you get a description, you can ask questions. You can look at seller feedback
through eBay.
Yeah, you still have the PayPal, so you have all that stuff where you're just kind of taking more of a risk if you go through one of these other companies, through Hong Kong or whatnot. So to me, that's kind of the route I usually go, is Sideshow or eBay, and I see him on here, so I'll just give him a quick plug. I go to Hot Toys quite often to get my figures. Go to Ray.
Yeah, is a good guy.
I've never had an issue. Shipping is super fast. Communication's great. And I feel just super confident buying from Hot Toys. So that's where I get a lot of my figures from.
I'm telling you, man. I bought from Ray many times as well. I actually got my Darkseid Anakin. I got my Count Dooku and I got the Obi-Wan from episode 3. And man, I bought it next day. Well, actually, no, same day I got my shipping. I was thinking, okay, so he gave me the tracking number. Boom, next day, a
Yeah.
couple days later, boom, I got my figure. I'm like, damn, this guy, like, it's no joke.
If
So,
I
yeah,
buy from Sideshow, sorry, Dante. If I buy
go
from
ahead.
Sideshow, I'm waiting a week for my figure, but because Ray is so close to me geographically, typically if I buy the night of, it ships the next morning. I get the next day, so it's like
Yeah.
it's a win-win. Like
It's a win-win.
if you can't
Yeah.
wait, that's awesome. So
Yeah. So yeah, check him out. I also put his link in the description below. You know, we have Josh from Comic Concepts as well. Really good source. They have a bunch of figures too. I buy from them mainly. But I want to give a shout out to my boy Aries from Six Color Cantina with a $10 bomb here, saying hi to this fine group. Getting late, well, not really, but I thought it was off tonight. More releases announcements this week, and I say yes. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Oh yeah,
Always,
Aries.
man, always. We need some spashka here, man. You need to spice it up a little bit. We need
with
some
a child,
I know, I just have water. That's all I have. And talking about talk about Ray here with the 1999 bomb here. Great topics, my friends, and thanks for the education. No, man, thank you for the 1999 super chat, my friend.
You know,
I think
can I say real quick, or go ahead?
yeah, let me. Yeah, I think it is important to talk about this for everyone watching. You know, not only yes, we look at it in the perspective of, oh yeah, it's cheaper, I'm gonna get it, perfect. You know, I'm gonna buy it from this company way cheaper than retail. I'm happy, I save money. Of course, it's all good. Saving money is good. Period. You know, we cannot argue that. But also let's think about the people who lives in that market, who lives in Hong Kong, for example, or China, that want to get these figures, but they can't because pretty much everything is already bought, taken, you know, from the resellers to sell overseas to the US market, Europe, you name it. It's also not fair for them to try to get a figure being in the same location. Just picture yourself being in Sideshow and people from Hong Kong is buying everything that Sideshow produces. You know, how
and
would
then
you
you got to
feel?
go buy it over there.
And then you have to go buy it over there. So,
Yeah.
you know, you're killing the market here. Of course, we don't see it because we're here and we're taking advantage of it, including myself, of course, everyone, you know. But also they are not. They are like losing out on figures. They cannot get figures as quick as they want. But it's also not fair to them. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a really topic that you need to see it in the whole picture to understand it. And of course, we're not expecting everyone to say, oh yeah, you're right, or I'm wrong, whatever. This is just a discussion that we're having. You know, it is a fact that they overbuying stuff because again, they're not certified distributors. So they cannot tell you, okay, you can pre-order through me because it's guaranteed you're gonna get it. I mean, maybe at one point, you know, they pretty much what they do is they go to, you know, secret base, you know, they hire a bunch of people, 20, 30, 50, whatever amount of people, and they all pre-order. They get the little sheet, the little pre-order sheet that's secured. Each of those, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, has some type of a specific time that you can get it, or maybe you get some notification at the time that you can get it, and then boom, you go and pick up all those boxes and then you resell it, right? It's a fair game, you know, you can do that. Now the problem is that you pretty much buy everything from that market, so now they cannot get it. People locally, right? We can, of course, because we're here. We're gonna have the priority. So it's just kind of like you need to see the whole picture to understand this thing, you know.
But it is rough though. Like you're saying though, like there's costs, right? I mean, like, look, I don't like them. I've already said I don't like them, but you damn well I bought those short troopers from Toys Wonderland. I got both of them, $160. I'm like, I'm not gonna say no to that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know,
but that's the problem. That's what the market is fighting, is those prices.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Because ordinarily I wouldn't, because I'm really sick of them. And if they blunder up, they blunder up. But for me, I was like, the price was just too cheap. I don't want to say no. I want the damn short troopers. So if I could save, you know, $150, you know, combined. But again, that's a risk. I may not, you know. I mean, I got one of them. I got the other one coming. Who knows if he's You know what I mean?
Maybe you
He's
get
gonna come intact
maybe
or
you're gonna get a
whatevers.
Tuscan Raider, or maybe you get I don't know,
Get another
like
Iron
a
Man.
jet
Team Suit
trooper.
Tony probably.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, I would recommend not. It's always about just following your gut, honestly. You know, don't listen to anybody who says, you know, buy it from here, because they're just making money off you. Like, you got to be educated in your purchases, you know what I'm saying? And if you feel comfortable with buying overseas, buy overseas. If you don't feel comfortable with it, pick up from Sideshow or your local guys, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're backed up on that one if there's any problems.
Right. There's always options, put it that way. There's always options for everyone to get stuff, you know. And we're 122 people watching. Please hit the like button, guys. We're close to 100 likes. We are about 81 likes, so we are 19 away. And also, guys, if you want to subscribe to all my friends' channels here, all the links are in the description below. So, you know, you can check that out. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel, you can do that as well. We have links down in the description. We have exclusive content. We have exclusive reviews. We have exclusives. We will have exclusive live streams as well for members only. So check it out. Become a member if you like. You know, that will help the channel a lot. So yeah, so that was a good conversation. So now let's move on to the next topic here. So, you know, pretty much you guys saw my banner here. There is one particular figure or character that we should expect to see 100%. There's no way Hot Toys will not do this. And they definitely gonna do the final suit Spidey. I mean, there's no way they will not do it. You know, based on what we've seen so far, this is definitely a no-brainer. And yes, it only has like 2 minutes screen time, maybe. But who cares? This is the perfect Spider-Man, man. You know, Fabio, what do you think? Is this Hot Toys' chance to say, guys, I'm gonna give you everything you want from this movie. Just go get it.
No, this is when I saw the movie and I saw it, I was like, oh my god, because it was kind of dark in the movie,
right?
The suit, so you really couldn't tell what suit it was. But then when it got like a little, I was like, this is coming. This is like the most classic Spider-Man suit like in the world. Like, you have to look at that. You have to, and it looks kind of fake if you like look at it really, like in the movie. It's got this weird like shine to it, but it's, you know, it's the new Tom Holland Spider-Man. So we're 100% getting the suit.
Anthony, I know that you hate Spider-Man.
Absolutely. Fuck that guy. 100%, 150%, bro. Look, I mean, I've got a Scarlet Witch movie promo, you know, from the end of Age of Ultron. Remember, they had that little bit right at the end of the movie where they all were like, well, what are we gonna do now? And they're like, well, we're gonna train these new recruits. And then you saw Scarlet Witch land there with everybody. You know, that outfit. Right. That outfit was there for 30 seconds. I have her. You know, MMS 357. And she's not even as cool Spider-Man. You know, this is classic suit Spider-Man, bro. They can slap a movie promo edition little subtitle on it or something, because they're not gonna wait for Spider-Man 4. Okay. They're not going to wait for Spider-Man 4 to come out, then have it in theaters for a few weeks, then announce the figure, then wait 1.5 years later to release the figure. Guy will all be dead by then. So, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, realistically, they can announce this week and then have it for a mid-2023 release, and it will sell 100%. Especially if they throw in a head sculpt, of course. You know, which I don't think they need to, because honestly, like this, for me as a Spider-Man fan, I don't really like posing a Spider-Man with a head sculpt personally.
Right.
I know there are who do, but yeah, dude, this has to be coming.
No, they'll give you a head sculpt. They'll give you a head sculpt 100%. Just out of principle, because you know they made one for each suit pretty much, so they're gonna give you one. They'll throw one in. One of the ones that they already gave us for the other suits, they'll throw one in for this one.
Could it be possible that they might do another head sculpt, like maybe different hairstyle or something like that? Maybe shorter hair, just to kind of like be different.
They'll slightly alter it, because I mean, if you look at the Tom Holland head sculpts that we've gotten so far, they've all been slightly different a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah,
I think they'll give you. I
Just a
think
little
they'll give you the one with the mask on the top of the head.
oh, the half mask.
Yeah,
I think
Oh,
that one is
they
coming
could
with
do
the
that
model
too.
damage, I believe.
that's what I'm saying. But I feel like they'll give you that just as an add-on, so they could charge you more for the figure instead of just giving you the plain figure like a VGM line figure without a head. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind. What are your thoughts, Graham? Do you think we're gonna? I know for a fact that this guy is gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I mean,
There's
again,
no way.
it's Marvel, it's Spider-Man, it's gonna happen. It's a no-brainer. Kind of like you guys said, it's classic. Like this, if I could have one Spider-Man in my collection, it'd be classic suit Spider-Man or something along those lines. I started collecting too late when the prices were already going a little bit higher, so I had to settle for the upgraded suit, which is still a really good figure in itself. But I want the vibrant Spider-Man suit. I want that blue and that red, and then he's got that nice shine. It's iconic. I mean, for me, I guess I'm more traditional. I just want my iconic figures, and I want kind of what I think about them in my head to have in my collection. And I think they'll give you a head sculpt too, but kind of like Bob said, I think they would do the mask kind of half on the head because that's their new head sculpt. And it's kind of cool because it's integrating the mask still, so you can kind of just have him where he's pulling it off. But the Tom Holland head sculpts have been amazing, so I don't think they'll change them too much just because it's already pretty much a work of art. But I would get this one in a heartbeat. So, but it's Spider-Man. It's coming.
I'll tell you this, Fabio's right, because I already have mine coming, well, as soon as it's here, but as far as our VGM line, our PlayStation line of Spider-Mans, we're getting our classic suit, like any day now. Probably once Chinese New Year's over, that's going to be one of our first release announcements. He's ready to go. Now,
that's
also
with the
Hot
Scorpion.
Toys.
That's one with the Scorpion tail, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's sick, dude. So we're all picking that Spider-Man up. Now, how's Hot Toys going to convince me to buy this figure? See what I mean? So they got to have a sculpt in there.
Then we check its Hot Toys and you see the figure with the suit, super pulsable, like the materials is the best. Good casco. He's like, oh shit. My words. But let me tell you something. Single Sword Rider made a good point. Will a Hot Toy new suit be able to pose like that photo? You know, I still haven't seen a good. I mean, guys, please. I don't have every Spider-Man figure, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think the only Spider-Man figure that you can actually pose with no issues whatsoever is the homemade suit.
Right.
Other than that, I don't think you can do that. I mean, you can do really good poses with upgraded suit, but you cannot leave it there for a long time.
What about? I heard. I didn't get mine yet. I get them actually. I think this week. The Miles Morales Spider-Man from the VGM line. I heard that's like the best pose. The best suit for posing. I don't. Like I said, I don't have it yet, so I don't know.
The one that comes with the cat, right? I did the review on that one. It is possible, but the suit still. I have a feeling that if you leave it in a crazy dynamic pose, it might damage over time. You know.
Look, you can pose it. I posed the shit out of that Miles, but you're right. Like at the end of the day, it is that homemade suit. Homemade Spider is just all cloth.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You can put his ankle over the back of his head. No, seriously, you can. I've done it, and the suit's never gonna. It's just cloth, man. So as soon as you start doing like mixed media like that, you know, with like the different types of like, you know, the fake leather stuff and the different kind of stretchy plastic materials, yeah, there's always a risk, but there's never a risk with the cloth.
I don't pose my Spider-Man figure in dynamic poses at all, just because
you will.
I can't. I'm too much into keeping him looking as realistic as possible. I'm more about the realism more than the posability. So it's just one I just kind of keep in museum pose. Just can't do it. I don't want to see those wrinkles and creases. And
they're really not bad.
I know it probably heals itself a little bit, but
they do.
I'm sure
like,
if
I'll pull
kept
some
it in
out
that
and they're
pose,
fine.
Right.
I'm just speaking my experience. I've got like
you could put some
10 or
big
so,
on
and
it.
They're fine.
That's
Heal
also
it right up.
Can you imagine? But yeah, I do think that that we're gonna see that Spidey. I mean, it will be a waste if they don't do that. I mean, that Doc
Oh,
Ock
for
is
sure.
coming definitely. I have a feeling that Doc Ock is gonna be this week though. If not this week, right after the Chinese New Year, they need to do something this week, 100%. But there's one figure that I was told that is very, very possible to be out soon. And it's one figure that a lot of people were expecting and waiting. And obviously, besides Ahsoka, that we already know what's the issue with Ahsoka. Besides Cable, that is already we already know what's going on because that's been the rumor pretty much for weeks now. But it's actually this figure. So the Clone Wars Anakin, right? Is it possible, like as will say, we're gonna see this guy this week?
Has this guy been delayed at all, or is he just
No.
kind of coming up on his time?
His time.
Okay,
His time is near.
his time is
And we've
coming.
been getting so much Marvel lately. So we need some Star Wars. I would not be surprised, and I'm gonna say it now, I would not be surprised if we actually see this guy coming this week and we get the announcement of General Kenobi as well. Just so the hype is real for this, right? Because they that could be a tactic, right? They're just gonna hold off on the other figure, the companion, until something is released. Like look what happened with the Book of Boba Fett. The show was on, and boom, they released the figure. Everyone started
Yeah.
pre-ordering. Everyone started buying it. Pretty much, it's gone in Hong Kong now, waiting for the states to ship. I can see this figure coming very soon, very 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 soon. As soon as this week, probably, hopefully. What do you
Look,
think?
Look,
Graham?
Hot Toys just released.
Oh shit! The hell is that? Hold on.
What is that?
It's released. Hot Toys released it just now.
The hell is that?
You see?
Is that a naked Anakin?
Oh god!
It's
Is it
Anakin
BBB?
without the stat.
And clothes.
That's a battle damage, Anakin. He got robbed. Graham, what are your thoughts? Do you? I mean, I honestly, I want to get this guy so bad, man. Like, how? I think it is very possible that we're gonna see this guy very soon. Potentially, hopefully this week. Hopefully.
I don't know. I mean, it could happen anytime, but we're getting closer and closer to that Chinese New Year. My money, I guess, was on Jango Fett if we were going to get a release before February 1st. And that was just because Book of Boba, we've been seeing flashbacks with Boba as a child, and then you get glimpses of Jango Fett's head on the ground and stuff like that, So that's where I was kind of putting my money, but I mean, it's a possibility. I don't think I'm going to be getting it, but I'm not into collecting multiples. I do have Dark Side Anakin, so that's kind of like the figure that I'm just okay with. But I think he looks awesome. I think is it the same head sculpt that they've kind of been using?
Yeah, the hair is different though.
I do need an
the hair
Obi-Wan,
is
though.
shorter.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is a perfect time for them to release the Anakin and announce the Clone Wars Obi-Wan.
Because Obi-Wan is so expensive too, and I'm sure.
Pricey.
I guess I was waiting for the series to come out because I'm sure we'll get an announcement then too. But yeah, I gotta get it. I'd rather have an Obi-Wan just because I already have an Anakin. But then you get the vehicle too, or it's kind of like a vehicle. We don't really have too much Star Wars stuff like that. You have the speeder bikes, but it's just cool to get more stuff like that with these figures.
Yeah,
Right.
something different than a speeder bike because everybody's gonna have a speeder bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Hot Toys doesn't do a lot of vehicles, creatures, or droids. So when they do, if you're a fan of any of those, you want to grab that. You know what I mean? Because they are few and far between.
Yeah, and another thing is that people who miss on Anakin, right? They don't want to pay that much money now. This is a good option now. Now that we have more Clone
True.
Wars figures like Rex, the 501st, we have the Coruscant Guard. Even you can put it next to Cody. Now if Ahsoka and Maul is released from Clone Wars, even better, right? Um, I can see this guy happening very soon as well. Jango Fett is another option as well, because it all depends on. I think it all depends on tomorrow's episode of the Book of Boba Fett, because if they want to time it perfectly, they need. I have a feeling that it's gonna be one episode, whether it's tomorrow or the week after or whatever, that they need to do something with Jango Fett in the show. They need to do something, a flashback, maybe him saying something to Boba Fett when he was a kid or something. And I think that right there is going to be the hint of when Jango Fett is going to be out. Jango Fett is also in the line to be out very soon. We have a bunch of figures technically supposed to release very soon as well. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I just wish that Hot Toys, releases these figures without relying so much on Sideshow to get the figure to review. Because that's what we've been seeing, right? They get the figures to review, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get your figure to be out for shipping, right? Because it doesn't happen. They need to work more on that. Yes, it's awesome to see the first look. Yes, it's awesome to see the review. Of course, it's good, but at the end of the day, you're buying a figure, right? So you want to have it in hand. You don't want me to review it first. You want to have the figure in your hand so you can appreciate it in person, right? So those are the things that are hopefully
that logic with Sideshow.
Me neither. Me neither.
Are they just wanting YouTube views? Is that better than business? I don't, because
and that's a conversation we got
It's
the other
not.
day. It is nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter to me if they put it first, because they're not doing a full review. They just pretty much promoting the figure so people can buy it, whether the figure is trash or not, right?
yeah,
That's
they're not
fact.
reviews. They're just
Right?
they're advertisements for their
So
product.
that's why it doesn't matter, because if I get a figure, I'll review it. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. If I like it, I love it. If it has some damage or some imperfections in the suit or something, you will know, because I will point it out. Or whoever does the review will point it out. Hopefully, but they're focusing more on getting the figure to review, to show it to you, but instead of concentrating of actually shipping the figure to the customers.
That's a big misstep by Sideshow. I mean, I don't know what they could do to change that, but I mean, I'm a consumer that goes elsewhere if I'm really wanting that figure. So if they could get it sooner, it'd help business.
Well, they're working on something. I mean, you have to keep in mind, and this kind of harkens back to our first conversation about like how the game is changing and how we have up and coming, third parties like So. You got to remember, like in the early days, Hot Toys was doing work on Sideshow's clone pieces. You can look at the boxes; they all have Hot Toys logos on them, and that's where Howard Chan was kind of brilliant, because that was kind of his foot in. And then, and this is history, Hot Toys got the license from Disney for Star Wars. Sideshow didn't know about that, and then Hot Toys announced the hell is it called? The Dark Trooper kind of guy. Remember it's a stormtrooper that's all black?
Right.
That was their first official announcement, because they were doing the troopers, the militaries of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? So now it was a Hot Toys black trooper, and Sideshow lost their shit. Like, that was true, but that's where Howard Chan was brilliant, because he's like, well, look, we're doing it now. We have a shared license, and you're going to be the United States distributor. So it's a win. They still win. You know what I mean? And then
It's a win-win.
Right, but see, now I'm not saying that ship has sailed, but to an extent. But somebody like So, when the game starts changing and getting amplified, that So can be another Hot Toys coming in, and they could swoop in and get a shared license. And now there's like, you know what I'm
competition.
saying?
Well,
Yeah.
competition is good for everyone, because you have more options,
yeah.
right? Obviously,
Agreed.
the more licensed, if the companies are licensed to do the specific figures, obviously it's a no-brainer, right? You want to buy something that is licensed with the name on it, with the likeness exactly as a character, whatever, right? And I think that's going to happen. And as Fabio said earlier, I do agree that this is the best time to be a collector, not only because we have different options, but also because some of the stuff is working on our favor in terms of pricing, right? But at the same time, you need to be aware of, if you're going to buy something overseas, that is not official in terms of distribution, you're gonna end up having some risk of having figures damaged, like what happened with Graham with the Wonder Woman, or getting a Jet Trooper instead of Mark 85, or not getting your package that got lost for a month, or having shady figures like broken figures, right? So, and then when you try to get something in return, trying to dispute it, you find roadblocks, you find issues, and you go in circles trying to get that fix, and sometimes it takes a month or so, and then that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair, because we pay, regardless of who's selling what. If you have a website, you're selling a figure, you are pretty much acting like a distributor, and if I have an issue, you need to respond, and you need to be responsible and owner. If something gets lost, I'm here. If something is broken, I'll pay for shipping, send them back to me. But since they don't have that responsibility, so they can pretty much say, "Well, it's your problem."
Yeah,
good luck.
they don't care. They don't
Peace, But those are the things that we all need to be aware. Yes, of course, it's good to save money. That's not a brainer. But anyway, we're gonna go to the next topic, guys. The one. So this is a segment that I always say that I created, that I'm very proud that I had this idea that no one had but just me. Fabio, what is the criteria for today's the one? You're going to tell us the criteria today. Come on, tell us.
So what is it? I think you said
I forgot what I said.
DC figure.
Yes, let's do some DC figures, guys. All right. So the criteria for the one for today is your favorite DC figure or character. It could be Hot Toys. It could be anything. So who wants to go first?
Let me grab
I
mine.
don't have any DC.
How dare you, Anthony?
How dare you, Anthony? Okay, in the meantime, while you guys are grabbing something, let me put something for the audience to see.
Hello, Peter.
Hi? Do I know you?
What have you done with my machine?
Your machine. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. What machine?
Do you want to play games? Catch!
I don't have a figure to show.
Dude, picking your favorite DC figures like trying to pick your favorite food. Like, I like pizza just as much as I like steak.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's tough.
Or
I mean, I'm excited for Batman.
That looks good.
But yeah, I don't have an actual.
This is dedicated to Anthony.
If he dies, he dies.
Look, man, I'll take a 6-scale Ivan Drago.
Come on,
Sure.
To me,
I don't know.
I don't know if I could do just one. That's really tough.
You can do two because you're a special guest today, Graham.
All right, that's cool. I'll go then since Fobs is still on the hunt and Anthony doesn't have anything. So for my the one, I have two, and it would be the '89 Joker, which is.
Can you show it to us?
I can go get it. Sure.
Go get it. Go get it.
1 second.
All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna put another clip so you guys can.
Wait, let me do mine. I have mine.
Okay. Let's do Fats first.
All right. So this figure. So I don't do customs. I never have done customs, but this figure was my very first custom, Hot Toys custom that I had. I actually sent it out. I don't even remember where the hell I sent it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? I sent it out to get done, and when the figure came back to me, I was blown away. But then Hot Toys made it anyway, and then but this is it.
Ooh, is that okay? I know it's Christopher Reeve, but that's
no. This is the original that they made into like a dark one, and they painted the Fortress of Solitude instead of being white. He painted it red for me. And look at the base. The base, he did all the red coloring on it as if the red's coming from the rock.
Oh,
this is like
sick, man.
Yeah, and look, he gave me a
somebody
different
called
cape.
it.
Look at that.
See, Jamie Tan says Hot Toys Christopher Reeve Superman.
That's badass,
Called
man.
it. Badass.
Yep. This is my favorite custom / DC, from back then.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love the cape too. There's a wire cape.
Yeah, no,
nice.
he gave me a wired cape. He gave me look how dirty he made it. Look at his face. He put the He put the, what do you call it, the gray hair on the sideburns. I don't know if
Right.
you could kind of
No,
see.
Yep.
Look how dirty he made it. The figure is beautiful.
I like the stare in that figure too. That's
I know.
awesome.
Yeah, he made the way he darkened it. It makes him look like he's mad.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right, Graham, you're next, my friend.
All right. So it's really tough for me. And as I was picking these out, I saw my new golden armor Wonder Woman. I'm like, that would be kind of up there too now. Like, damn. But mine would be the Joker. Well, one of my two here. See if I can get him in. Is the DX11. I mean, he is just so classic. Look at that sadistic look.
I missed him.
I missed him
man.
too, and I literally searched on eBay for probably 6 to 8 months before I could get him. But like, the outfit is great. He comes with a ton of accessories as well.
Mhm.
These older DX figures were just stocked, so that would be one of them. But the Beast would have to be my number one. This guy, let's see if I can get him here, was my first ever Hot Toys figure. This is what got me into Hot Toys.
Into the addiction.
Yep. I know Ben Affleck gets a lot of hate, but I love his type of Batman. He's truer to the comics. He was older. He was meaner. He didn't have the no killing rule. He used guns. I just love the suit as well. I love the short ears, the dark color scheme. I mean, the Nightmare Batman's close for me, but this would be probably my number one DC figure.
Yeah, he has the best suits.
I love it. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's just
It's just the presence. You know,
Yeah.
that Batman. Yeah, you know, yes, I love Bell Batman. I think it was really character-wise, and how the character was developed and acting and all that is perfect, in my opinion. But the Ben Affleck one is actually pretty good, man. It's pretty solid. It's big, you know. It's like you said, it's mean. You know,
It's got weight to it. It's massive. It feels good in hand.
it feels like
Everything about
a Batman figure. Like Batman
good
is
light,
like
Yeah,
that,
he's
right?
just stocky and like really.
So Anthony, I know that you don't have you don't collect DC, but if you have a figure or a
Oh, I'm
character in your
starting
head,
to. And you guys will probably laugh at me.
no, man, we will not laugh.
Oh yeah, you'll laugh.
never.
Because I'm getting a Batman and Robin from Batman Forever. This year.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Um,
I'm just kidding.
listen. I love Keaton. I want that 89 Joker. That's sick. I do want 89 Batman. I'm holding out on it. I'm hoping they'll reissue him with the Flash movie. Probably not Joker, but maybe we'll get a Keaton.
I think we will.
But Batman Forever wasn't as bad as it seems. I mean, there was a time. Okay, I saw Batman and Batman Begins, or Batman Returns. Batman and Batman Returns I saw in theaters with my mom when I was a kid, when they came out. When I started hitting my teenage years is when Batman Forever came out. So there's like that kind of moment in time, you know? You know, they say you can never go home again. You know, it's kind of like
was
that.
with Clooney or Val Kilmer?
No, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
It was just a really cool time in life, to be honest. I mean, if I get a little deep into it, like, it was just fun. Everything was cool then, you know, there was no problems, no bullshit. And it was just a fun movie to see as a teenager with your friends in the mall, you know, it was campy, whatever. I know it's not the best freaking movie, but it's pretty damn cool that they're making both Batman and Robin, and then Jazz Inc.'s doing the Batmobile. So I was like, oh shit, like, I think I'm doing that, man. You know what
So
I'm
you weren't
saying? Like,
joking.
no, I'm serious. I'm serious.
No,
man.
that's those figures do look pretty cool. I don't think we'll ever get Batman and Robin figures though. Unless, I don't know, maybe we'll get those bat nipples. Who knows?
I know,
No,
right?
Well, they probably
Maybe
won't
one of the
release that, but-
accessories would be the Batman credit card or the ice
Look,
skate.
they actually might though, because if you think about it, they've done every Batman so far.
Batman credit card.
But they have, right? Look, you got
Actually
your
stated.
Adam West and Burt Ward. You got your 66 Batman. You got your 89 Batman and Batman Returns, right? So you have those are your Batmans right there. Now we're getting Val Kilmer. We got freaking what's his head, Christian Bale. We got Ben Affleck. They're already showing us the Robert Pattinson Batman. We have every Batman. So give it another 3 or 4 years, we probably will get a George Clooney, and then they'll have every Batman done.
I don't understand why they haven't done Penguin and Catwoman from Batman Returns. That's
Oh,
always been
man.
like my
Probably
biggest.
licensing stuff.
That's probably.
That's what I would guess,
Yeah.
but if we could get that, I mean, just look what NECA did with their quarter scale figures. Like, imagine Hot Toys getting the likenesses for them.
Or even the Ninja Turtles from Hot Toys would
Yes.
be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, we can spend all day talking about those figures, man. Let me tell you, we are 115 people watching. Let's hit the like button, guys. We're close to 100 likes. We're only 2 likes away, pretty much. All right, so let me show you mine now. So mine is this guy here,
Oh, that's a good one.
Superman from the Justice League. I mean, I always loved Superman. I used to have Fabio, the Christopher Reeve Superman, which again, I always regret selling my stuff, especially older figures. But I think this guy did a really good job as Superman. I actually reviewed, thanks to Fabio, the Black Transcendent, aka Black Suit Superman, which I was very impressed by it. I mean, the base pretty cool. You know, the figure itself is actually pretty cool. He's a bit taller compared to this guy here, but still, he has a really good presence, especially that freaking base, man. But I can't wait for the Black Suit Superman. I mean, I actually have the cape from what's the name of this guy who does the
Jackson U or
Yes.
Unreal?
Unreal.
I had the Unreal is for my Batman. I have actually bought it, but I'm afraid to take this thing here for the wire cape. That's why I have it. So if you guys want to buy the cape, I can sell it to you if you want. But yeah, I'm really always afraid to modify my figures, you know, because I don't know.
You know, actually, yeah. Dante, really, because Sean just picked that figure up, so he
That
might
stock
actually want
cape
that
is-
wired cape.
That stock cape is actually I was really impressed with it when I got that figure as well.
I'm just
but-
afraid to take this away. I mean, I don't.
I thought
You
about
know?
it too, and I couldn't do it just because I kind of saw what would go into it, and I'm like, nah, it's not as easy as the Batman one where it just pegs right into the.
Yeah, the
shoulders
Batman
there.
is super easy, but that one I'm not sure if I ever sell this figure, which I don't think I'm gonna, because I kind of like I don't have many DC characters. I used to have Bane. I used to have the Joker. Ledger Joker. I used to have the '89 Batman. I used to have the Batman Returns, the 2-pack. And I sold all of them before I bought my house, so I kind of regret selling some of these figures. Then I wanted to get it back, but it was too expensive. So I was thinking, okay, hopefully one day, you know. But yeah, we are 100 likes, guys. It's beautiful, 100 likes. Thank you guys for that. So yeah, so those are the one figures for today's segment, and we're gonna have the last segment of the day. You know what it is. What it is. You know what it is.
So what it is?
You know? Ah, man, this is the segment that everyone loves. I love this segment because we can talk to our friend Howie.
Howie.
And
What up,
and
Howie?
you know, and I think I want to have the people in the chat to tell me what criteria or what should we ask Mr. Howard Chen. So, you know, if you guys can be a bit more like creative, you know, what would you like us to ask Mr. Howard Chen? You know, you can ask for 4 things because we're 4 people obviously here. So you can ask 4 things that you would like to Mr. Howard Chen to do. And I already have a bunch of ideas in my head. And I'm going to start with one idea. So we're going to do 2 rounds of this, right? So the first round, it's going to be about something that I spoke about the other day. You guys know that I love Pennywise, horror figures. I love horror figures. So now the specific Dear Howard Chen is going to be horror oriented. So I'm going to do the roulette. So you need to think about a horror figure that you would like Mr. Howie to please do for us. And picture the success of Pennywise so far. Picture it. You know, you need to I'm gonna help you guys picturing our friend Pennywise.
Where you going, Ed? If you lived here, you'd be home by now. Come join the clownets. You'll float down here. We'll float down here. Yes, we do.
Just the way he's holding that balloon with his little fingertips is the creepiest shit.
I know. Is
It's
this ever
creepy.
going away?
It's creepy.
I mean, am I always just going to see Pennywise from here
Anthony
on
was
out?
about to leave. Man. He was about, I'm out. I can do this. But before
It's not fuck between you and Will, man. I'm screwed.
I know. But before we talk about the Dear Howard Chan, it's pops in with a 499 bomb. Dear Howie, best buddy, best pal. I'm still asking for Cal Kestis, Kira. It's a good one. That's a good one. Fabio, you're gonna be the first one on this one.
Yes. Dear Howie, the one figure that I would love, the one horror figure that I would love for you to make, it's kind of like a personal thing because of what I do for a living, but it's definitely Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Pull me up. That was quick.
That was quick, man. Yeah, but this is like quick.
Well, shit. All right. Well, dear Howie, give me a Cara Dune. All right? Give me a Gina Carano. You got the power to
that
persuade
horror?
Disney. All
That's not
right.
horror, man. That's hot. Horror.
No,
We
that's
don't
what I
want-
want. I don't like horror. Like I want Gina Carano. I want my Cara Dune, dude. If you can give me a Pedro Pascal with a face with a slapped ass, you can give me Cara Dune, man. Seriously. Just, we need her for Mandalorian. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
it.
Mr. Howard. Graham, you're the one in the spotlight. You need to say the magic words on this one. You know what the magic words are? It's in the screen for you. That's much easier.
Dear Howard Chan, Howard Chan the man, I come to you humbly and I ask you to please, for the love of God, make Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. She's been coming soon since 2019, and I need to complete my Guardians of the Galaxy set. I beg you, give us Mantis, please. That is all.
That is all. Dear Howard Chan, Howie, my friend, my pal, Senor Howie. We're gonna talk about horror specifically on this one. I want the Nun, Hot Toys version, not the other version that we have already, but a Hot Toys version with the Nun, with maybe 2 head sculpts, a super cool diorama base, and maybe another limb, maybe an arm, or maybe like, I don't know,
A Bible, something.
a Bible, something. But give us something. Give us some horrors. I mean, Pennywise has proven so far that is by far one of the best one-off figures, especially a horror figure. So definitely you guys can deliver. Howie, you can deliver, man. You can deliver. I have faith in you. Give us more horror figures, man. Please do. Give us more horror figures.
They would definitely sell.
All right, let's see what the chat is saying. All right, single star writing, dear Howard Chan, can you please reissue all capital letter, all the original Star Wars figures and all the Rogue One figures, including Captain Under, and finally Base Malbus. Dude, that's a good one, man. But definitely Base Malbus. We need to have that one.
We
Captain
need to
Under
base.
is gonna happen. It's
Base.
gonna happen for the show.
That base,
Definitely
the
they need
must.
to reissue Leia, Princess Leia, and Han and Chewie. What the hell? What the hell?
This price
Oh my
is too
god,
high.
Kira, please. H Green 1313. Yes, we want Kira. Dear Howie, Base Malbus. Cara done. Yeah, she's done.
She may be back. You never know.
Horror Master Prisoners HMS. Oh, look at that. HMS, that's a good one. Where's this one here?
HMS sounds like a
Master.
government agency. I don't think so.
Dear Howard Chad. Dear Howard, the horror, Jason, Freddy, and Myers. Oh yes, those are no-brainers. Actually, Sideshow did those 3. And let me see if I can pull this one here. So this is Freddy.
Yeah, those figures are so nice. They're so basic and they're so good.
Yeah. Yes, we can argue that the hat is a bit different, but man, just imagine Hot Toys doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just picture for 1 second Hot Toys getting the license,
The
getting
detail.
the proper weathering, the proper material. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, this is really, they should explore more horror line. I mean, I love horror movies. I mean, I started doing horror reviews as well. I don't have many figures, in horror. But I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. Let's see here. Cara Dune, yes, Cara Dune is a must. Dear Howie, can you please do us all the favor and make all the clone commanders, captains, and troopers? Oh, also please give us battle droids, the starfighter, and the urban trooper. Oh, and also Padme. Don't forget about Padme, please. And to add to that, don't forget Han and Chewie. Don't forget C-3PO. What's going on? Don't forget Palpatine. Or maybe, dear Howard Chan, you need to do this. You need to do this, dear Howard Chan.
Don't be afraid of who you are.
I mean, come on.
I would buy it.
100%.
Who in the chat will buy it? 100% everyone will buy it.
100%. You know how sick that
100%.
would look together?
Yeah.
Where's Lucky? Dear Howard Chen, where's Lucky? Dear Howie, Crossbones. Thank you.
They
Okay.
teased him,
Yeah.
but that ship has sailed.
Dear Howard Chen, please give us everything we want. That's true.
Make it easy.
Ditto that. Yeah. I love the good Kurt Russell, McGrady, and the dog Alien.
Yeah.
What about Krampus 1/6
Krampus
figure?
would be good.
Jeepers
That's like another good one.
Creepers. Another one. We need a new Indiana Jones. Yes, I agree with that. Man, you guys have really good suggestions here. If it was more back when I first got my OT Star Wars, I should have bought doubles of them all. Yeah, as Fabio. Fabio can give you a really good Peacemaker.
Yes. Any of you guys watching that on HBO?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you have.
I haven't
to.
seen it yet.
You have to. It's so good.
What is HBO? No, I'm kidding. I don't have it.
Oh God, my Joker just fell.
Oh God, don't break it. That's it. McCready, my bad. Okay. Brother Cus is in the house. Dear Howard Chan, debater, and Tween, and Tarkin 2-pack. Yes, man, that Tarkin is actually pretty good. One of the best Hescopes I've seen. And maybe one day we should talk about Hescopes only, because there's
that'd be
really
fun.
some really, really good ones. Starting
Yeah.
with Tamura Morrison's Boba Fett. Amazing Hescope.
That should be
Best
the
one
next,
they've made
that,
yet.
that should be the next to one. Best head sculpt.
Best Hescope. Yes. Dear Howie, please make Jeb Sunderland from Silent Hill 2. You see, man, I'm not talking bananas here. But a lot of people love horror. David Howard, where's Shazam?
Yeah,
Yes, where's
that
Shazam?
was that figure would have been sick if they made it. But I feel like for Shazam 2, they're gonna go all out with it.
Indiana Jones, Mafia times James, pass. I want it 100%. Black Chrysanthemum, yes,
That'll come.
that will come.
I believe he's coming.
That's coming
That will
100%.
come. Tim Curry Pennywise. Dear Howard Chan, please, just please. I would like Jason and Freddy, and I don't call it horror. I mean, those are iconic characters. You can go wrong with Jason. You cannot go wrong with Freddy Krueger, or even Jason Voorhees. You cannot go wrong with those. Those are the three main horror ones, right? Justice for Crossbones, Darth Sidious 2-pack with the Red Sabers. Oh yes, we are long overdue a episode 3 2-pack with Palpatine and Sidious together, like kind of like what Sideshow did. That would be sick. The Lost Boys, yes. Darkseid Ray. Everyone wants to see Darkseid Ray. Dear Howie, please give me Lost Boys line 2. Sorry, Lost Boys line 2 packs. David and Michael, Frank Brothers. Shazam for Shazam 2. Yes, probably that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna wait for Shazam to do the release, right? Jello Beers, AT-AT Driver, Mortal Kombat line. I think Fabio, you said this the other day, right? The Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal
Or Street
Kombat,
Fighter?
Street Fighter, both. They nobody ever tackled those lines. And I
No.
don't. It doesn't make sense because they would sell so much.
Lisa wants Jar Jar Binks.
Please no.
Jar Jar Binks, but serious, I want.
Oh gosh.
Dude, let me tell you, if they do Jar Jar Binks, that figure is gonna sold out, and that figure is gonna be perfect for memes, for videos. I mean, you can do anything with that figure.
Yeah,
It's gonna
he
be
would
fun.
be a meme figure. He would sell out immediately.
100%. You can customize it like dark Jar Jar, like a Sith Jar Jar Binks. I mean, man, come on, kidding me, man? Dear Howard Chan, Mortal Kombat line, please. Yes, Street Fighter, one of them. We haven't gotten good Chewy, but sure, we're getting what's BK?
Black Chrysanthemum.
Black, yes. I wish, and a Tripio too.
I don't know.
We need a
man. My new
C-3PO.
Hope Chewie's
I like
phenomenal.
it. Yeah. I was on the fence before I had it, and then once I got it in hand, it's pretty cool.
Yes, Binks. Pennywise alternate telescope. I actually like the Pennywise. Maybe the color should be maybe removable, so you can actually put it up and down, but you can customize it. Overall, that figure is sick, man. The Pennywise, you kidding me? Freaking amazing. And last but not least, I Am Legend, Will Smith and Dog. Oh yeah, I actually like that movie though. I Am Legend was actually a pretty good movie. You know,
I kip bashed that one.
oh, you did?
Yeah, with the German Shepherd.
Oh, that's a good one.
You want to see?
Yeah, show
Looks-
us.
Bring it out.
Let me close the segment. Let me close the segment. The
Go ahead.
That ends the segment of Dear Howard Chen. Man, we got really good topics today, man. Right?
Yeah.
We can definitely go like forever talking about this stuff, you know. But we have lives, we have work as well. All right, show us Fabio before we wrap this up.
Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you can batch that one. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
So I got the kit.
Who did the Hesco though?
I don't know. This is old as hell, and then it came with.
Yeah, actually, the Hesco doesn't look that bad. I mean, I think it's too dark. I think.
No, it was like a cheap one they had. You know, this is like at least like 7 years old, 6 years old, more than that. So this is what they had at the time. So I was like, you know what, I have to get him. So I got the whole kit, the pants, the bag. It came with the machine gun, and I just used the regular body that I
Nice.
had, and then I bought this German Shepherd just to go with it. So it looks cool when you have it like this.
Oh
Badass.
yeah, it looks good. Yeah, the Sam. I love that movie. The movie was
Can't watch
pretty
that
good.
part.
That
Can't
movie,
do it.
I know the movie
Sad,
was
right?
awesome.
Sad as hell. Yeah, I love that. And yeah, guys, so that's pretty much all what we have for tonight. We're gonna wrap this up. Before we go, my friend Fabio, what's going on at Fabioland?
My collection tour part 3 is up finally, so guys, go check that out. And that's it. Just I should be getting like I said, Miles Morales, Spider-Man sometime this week. What else am I getting? I'm getting a whole. I'm getting 3 of the Gambits, the So Gambits. I'm getting a whole bunch of figures, so you guys will be, you'll see them when I post what I'm getting. So yeah, that's coming up, this whole
Right.
week.
And he has 419 subscribers, guys. Come on, can we make it 500? Let's subscribe to
Yes.
Fabio, please. Let's do that. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you guys can subscribe if you haven't yet. He has one of the biggest collections I've seen, and he is my provider, so he sends me figures that I don't want to buy. So that's true, actually.
It literally is what happens.
Literally is, yes. Graham, pleasure to have you on the show, my friend. What's going on your channel?
Yeah, I appreciate the invite again, Dante. It's a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I've been doing a live stream called 6 Scale Symposium, where it's more of just a intimate hangout with some of my subscribers. So we've been doing that weekly. I actually did just dabble in the Hot Toys quarter scale Dark Knight Rises Batman, so I'm looking to review that later this week. And I actually just picked up Commander Cody today at my local comic book store. Not sure if I'm going to review it. I know these both have been out for a while, but kind of doing like a flashback review with these. And yeah, on our way to 2,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Congrats.
And those are the best goals when you start your channel. But the more you do this, the more you love what you do, and it's fun to interact with people. It's fun to meet new people, right? And it's always good, man. My friend Mafia, Anthony, what's going on with your channel? But before you start, so my friend Anthony is in a quest for 1,000 subscribers, and he is what right now? I'm gonna tell you, 876. If you guys can subscribe right now to his channel to make it 1,000, that would be sick. He has a giveaway, but go talk.
Well, thank you very much, my friend. I do. 1,000 subscribers. I am giving away a sealed IG-11. Hot Toys, of course. To give back. Give back to the community, man. It's awesome. It's funny. On a side note, I've already hit my watched hours, so I appreciate everybody. Like, that means people are enjoying the content. You know what I mean? Oftentimes you'll get people that may hit that 1,000, but they're not quite at their hours. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate it. I really do, man. It's awesome. I switched, as Dante knows. I was doing my live streams on Mondays, like we just did one, but that's a wrap. So now we're going to be doing them on Saturday evenings. I'm West Coast, so it's a bit early. So you'll see, if you tune in over to Aries, on 6 Kill Cantina, shortly after that, I'm probably going to do mine on a Saturday night. Because that always happens, and it's over by 6:30 my time, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Mondays are rough, so we're switching off Mondays. It's so hard for you guys to come on. Fabio's at work, you're at work. It's too, everybody I know is like, you know what I mean? Either nobody can get on or nobody could watch. It's just it's a bad spot. So we're moving to that. And then, like Saturdays, I'm doing the reviews as well with Mario from Collecting Weekly. We've been going through the Rogue One. Yeah, it's awesome, man. We've been unboxing and reviewing the, Rogue One line retrospect, and with Brother Cousins, we just did it this Saturday with the 66 Batman and Robin. Just, kind of throw a little mix in it. And, it's been awesome, man. It's been really cool, dude. And as soon as I'm done with this sickness, maybe a couple reviews, man. I got that Boba 2-pack just sitting there, bro. So, yeah, but I appreciate it, man. I very much appreciate it. It's awesome.
Also, you got the Boba 2-pack. Remember that you were trying to get it and it was sold out?
I know. Nope. But through the magic world of the internet and awesome people and hookups, I got it.
That's
so
good,
yeah, I was able to procure it. He's a little blurred, but he's like right there. Whatever. He's there. He's right behind me. I can't aim at the damn thing, but phenomenal head sculpt.
That's good.
Phenomenal head sculpt. So.
And I also want to give a shout out to a couple people. My friend Isico Collectibles. I put the link in the description below to subscribe to his channel. My boy Sergio from JEDI Toys. It's been a while. We're trying to get him to do the stream. He's been busy with life. So my boy Sergio from JEDI Toys, subscribe to his channel as well. Link in the description below. 6 Cantina Aries. Link in the description below. Brother Cousins, Mafia, Jedi Knights, Fabio. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. We appreciate the support. We're going to have 3 giveaways. And let me explain how this is going to be. Giveaway number 1 for the 7,000 subscribers. Giveaway number 2 for the 8,000. Actually, 4 giveaways. Fuck. For the 8,000 subscribers. Giveaway 3 for the 9,000 subscribers. And the biggest giveaway for the 10,000 is going to be the Boba Fett 2-pack. So that's going to be the giveaway for the 10,000 subscribers. So I'm going to be freaking broke after this. So don't expect to see more content after 10,000. And probably I'm going to be working for Fabio selling figures. So
yeah, you could sell for me.
That's going to be awesome.
So just so you know, stay tuned for the details because I'm going to be announcing the giveaway for the 7,000 subscribers very soon. Most likely next week, fingers crossed. We have a live stream this Friday as well. Most likely it's going to be a regular live stream. we're debating whether we're gonna have the unfiltered show with Easy Company Collectibles, but we're also working and see his availability. So we will let you guys know. Next, we will continue with our 2 shows, the Between Collectors and, of course, the live stream on Friday. Anything that comes here, reviews or figure previews. Now, if you want to become a member of the channel, we have exclusive content. What's Next Extra, exclusive for members, where we share news, insight information, only for members. We also have a live stream only for members as well, which is going to probably happening next week with my friend Fabio from Fast Figures, which is going to... He was voluntold. And yeah, that's it, man. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And as always,
Can I say one thing?
sure.
I forgot. Brother Cousins reminded me. Just real briefly, I'm very sorry. X06, man. If you guys are into Star Trek, speaking of, because I have it, please
Your
check it out.
secretary is reminding you.
I know. Well, listen, man, I forget because that's who I am. You know what I mean? I do all the instructional videos and promo videos, photography for X06. I don't often promote it because it's work, and I'm always impartial. But if you guys love X06 and Star Trek, we got a lot of cool shit coming.
Yeah, check it out on his channel. Yes, let's make this guy. Let's give this man 1,000 subscribers, please. Thank you guys for watching again. Appreciate it. Have a good night. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.
Good night, guys.